What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have your regular Tuesday team here today. Myself, Alpha Dog Bets, here with JD from Line Movers and Hefe Picks from Hefe Picks. JD, how are you today, brother? We had a great college football championship yesterday. Today, we have a little bit smaller of a slate, but a beautiful basketball in both the NBA. Well, not really the NBA, mostly college. Couple NBA bets. But how are you today?
Good, man. We're just getting ready here, man. It's actually supposed to snow here, which for us is not a normal thing. So yeah, the town is about to shut down.
There we go.
So yeah, man, we're just trying to we're ready here.
Survive the snowstorm. That is the world of JD right now. Hefe, how are you today, brother?
Doing good, man. Doing good. It's a glorious Tuesday. Happy Ohio State got it done for those Ohio State backers yesterday. And like Joe say, man, another day, another dollar.
And Hefe, as you can see here, our guy J-Bo knows that you had that Ohio future cash last night, so we know you were happy with that. And I had a big day myself, which we will get into. So, fellas, you ready to go into the recap of how we did yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you something. I've been looking forward to this, so let's get into it. Let's do our Monday recap. Hefe, how did you do yesterday?
Well, I mean, obviously, really tried to dabble a little bit in the NBA. Hard not to when it's all day. Obviously, happy the Knicks got a big revenge win. Not going to get too deep into that, but literally needed that win so much. And we covered, which was great. And then, the big game yesterday, really going into halftime, I thought I could probably watch something else because I didn't think Notre Dame had a chance.
Yeah.
And it goes a lot to show how well they're coached, how well they believed. Obviously, they had a couple breaks go their way. And they made it a game. Good for them. I mean, at the end of the day, 4 minutes left. You're down by one possession. I know it was 8 points. You have all three of your timeouts. Get a stop. And I'm sure Marcus Freeman would have taken that opportunity. It was like 3rd and 11 before Will Howard connected with Jeremiah Smith. You tell me that's the situation, you sign up for that any day of the week.
Absolutely.
But Ohio State's talented. They have so much talent. They deserve to win. Good for Ryan Day. It just is so crazy because you could almost – it feels like it was a year ago that Michigan lost.
Yeah.
It was 4 games ago.
Yeah.
It is crazy. It's nuts. But good for Ohio State, man. They deserve it, flat out.
They deserved it. They were the best team all year. They were the preseason, basically the unanimous number one in the nation. They had a $20 million NIL. They were able to get it done. I was happy to see that. For me yesterday, we went 5-0 in the NBA. We also went 1-0 in the college football championship. So we're absolutely rolling. We swept the divisional round of the NFL this weekend, rolled it into Monday. We swept the crap out of that as well. So let's keep doing that sweeping thing, JD. I'm enjoying it. How did you do yesterday?
Yeah, man. Actually, that is a lot of fun.
Right?
For me, let me see. Had a 4-3 day. So I was up a little bit, which was good because actually, like I said, like last week was not my week.
New week, baby. New week.
So yeah, like there's a new week and we started off good. So yeah, let's just keep it rolling.
Let's keep it rolling, fellas. We have a beautiful 5-game college basketball slate we're going to be breaking down today. You fellas ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
Let's get it, boys. We're going to jump right in to college basketball, and we're going to start with the Texas Tech Red Raiders taking on the Cincinnati Bearcats tonight. Texas Tech is coming in 13-4 on the year. They're 4-2 in conference, taking on a Bearcats team that's 12-5 on the year, but 2-4 in conference. Short line here, very close projected game. JD, we'll start with you as the college basketball expert on all of social media. What do you like in this one?
Yeah, guys. As far as this line here, I don't really understand it. Because Tech, to me, they are the just much better team. And yes, this actually is an actual road game, but they are a great road team. They have not lost a true road game. So given that, I actually make this line actually close to -5.
Wow.
As far as the offense goes, they have the much better. Much better offense here, and then really as actually as far as free throw shooting goes, they are the much better team there also. And actually, when it comes down to what should be a close game, That is something to me that I really like to look at. So, to me, this line is actually just short. So
I could definitely understand that. Hefe, what do you like in the Texas Tech Cincinnati Bearcats game?
Yeah, it's I kind of agree with JD here. Texas Tech averaging 83 points per game, Cincinnati 70, barely hitting 72.
Yep.
It's just one of those games where I think even though Cincinnati's home, it's the right play to back the better offensive team, and I'm gonna go and back the Red Raiders here and take the money line.
Yeah, I definitely understand why you could do that. Cincinnati has not performed well this year in total. They're 7-10 against the spread, so they've had a decent year, but projected against the spread, they have not been great. While on the other side, Texas Tech has been an above 500 team against the spread this year. JD put it perfectly. I do like everything Texas Tech brings to the table. The one worry is it is hard to win on the road in college basketball. We talk a lot of NBA on this show, but now we're back to a little college basketball. It's a much bigger factor taking in a home versus away game in college hoops. I mean, you take a look at a team like Nebraska. I know we're not talking about them today. They do have a game, but they're 20-1 their last 21 games at home, constantly being a favorite. There's just certain environments that are very tough to play in. However, Cincinnati, they're a good team. They have a decent environment, but it's not an environment I'm afraid of. Texas Tech does have a talented enough team to go in there, get the win, and they're going to have the best player on the court tonight in Toppin. I think Toppin's going to have a big performance. He's averaging just under 17 points per game, just about 10 rebounds per game as well, and I think that he has a massive advantage. Give me Texas Tech. Pretty confident they are going to be able to get it done, and I am taking them on the money line as well. All right, fellas, you ready to dive into the second game of the day, which, by the way, JD, if this game doesn't scream JD, I don't know any game that does. So let's dive right into that one. That's going to be the Bradley Braves taking on the Belmont Bruins. As we do on this show, we have a little trivia for the audience out there. Where the hell is Bradley University and where the hell is Belmont University? Drop it in the comments if you know where it is. Hefe, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you know where either of these schools are?
I'm literally throwing a dart. I'm going to say one of them has to be in Kentucky or Kansas. Just has to be. Just absolutely must. It's an absolute must for one of these teams to be in Kentucky or Kansas.
I think the comments will let us know. But, JD, we're going to kick it over to you. What do you like in this one?
Pretty sure that Belmont is actually in Tennessee. I'm not positive.
Well, don't be a know-it-all. Nobody likes that.
I actually think so.
Let me see here. I Googled it, and it said it was do I want to go to Belmont Street 3 blocks away? I do not, but it is in Tennessee, a private Christian school in Nashville. JD doesn't miss.
Now do Bradley. Just do it.
Humor us. Where do you think? Where's Bradley?
Am I wrong?
I actually think I know this. I have not looked it up, but I think I know it. It's one of the Iowas, right? I think it's one of the Iowas.
I was about to say, I think.
Hold on.
One of the Iowas? There's two Iowas.
I was about to say.
It's not. I was so confident it's not in Iowa. It's in Illinois. It's in Illinois.
Illinois. Okay, that's okay.
It's the same thing in my book. Sorry, go ahead, JD.
All right.
Well, anyway, as far as the game goes, yeah, to me, gosh, what's the current number here, y'all?
Let me pull it up on the book here.
All right, guys. Well, my
2.5.
Yeah, my handicap for this game, as far as the total goes, yes, I actually gave out this total. I bet it at over at 151. That is up to 154.5 now. So the reasoning behind that was that I was just going to say that this total was actually just low. I actually have this total at actually 156.3. Both of these teams on the season, they are actually definitely over teams. Bradley is 11-7 to the over, and Belmont is 12-6. As far as actually away goes, Bradley's 5-3 to the over, and then at home, Belmont is actually 8-3. This was just a number play, guys. That number was short. So clients got actually in on that, and that number has moved now. And now I would have to just say to stay away.
Yeah, you beat me to it, and that's exactly what I was going to say. This is the one game today I have no read on. Can't really seem to pick it up. These are two pretty decent teams for mid-majors. Bradley's coming in 16-3. They're 7-1 conference. Belmont, who's a great home team, they're 14-5 and 6-2 in conference. Both these teams are hot. Both these teams are playing well. Bradley winners of 4 of their last 5. Belmont has won all 5 of their last games. So for me, this is one we could just enjoy. But one thing I wanted to point out, you do know that I occasionally do bring up the ESPN BPI and what they think is going to happen. I did find it very interesting that Bradley has a 77% chance to win this game, and you get their money line at a minus 130. To me, that would kind of keep me away from betting Bradley. If ESPN BPI is saying there's a 75% chance to win this game, but only a minus 130, that would scare me a little bit. Hefe, any action from you in this one?
Nothing official, but I do lean to Belmont at on the money line at home. Dogs plus 110 odds. They won 5 games in a row, but the over is really enticing. It's funny, when I was in the research for the game, even a little bit over an hour ago, it was at 153.5. So it keeps jumping up. Both teams both teams score 80 plus points per game that are average, but Belmont gives up 78. I mean, points are going to be scored here. I would say that play the over up if you can get it still 153.5. That's pretty much as far as I'd go with it. And then Belmont on the money line on good little plus odds is also fun.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, fellas. Well, not a ton of action on that one, but we have another game we're going to go into right now, which is going to be a team that I loved last year, a team that I don't love this year, and that's going to be the Indiana State Sycamores taking on Illinois State Redbirds. We have an absolute battle here, gentlemen. The Sycamores are coming in 9-10 on the year. They are 3-5 in conference, taking on an Illinois State team that is 11-8 on the year, who is also 3-5 in conference. One thing to note about this game, Indiana State has lost 4 consecutive games. Not something you want to see when you're looking at backing a team potentially. On the other side, Illinois State hasn't been much better. They're losers of 3 of their last 4 games. JD, I'm going to kick it over to you again. What do you like in the Sycamores versus the Redbirds tonight?
Guys, this is the same as the last game. We have two teams that love to go fast and love to score points. Once again, this total I just think is too low, except this one I think is way too low. I actually have this one up at the 162 mark. So I am well off here. The number that I first gave out has actually also moved, but I actually still like this one. I would actually play this one up to really 158. So there is plenty of room there. As far as Indiana State goes, we played their actual overs a lot last year. Played their actually team total overs a lot.
It's a tree.
It's a tree. You're right. I just Googled it. I was going to bring it up.
It is a tree.
Nobody's seen their mascot. It's a tree.
No, I have not seen their human tree mascot. No, I'll be earnest with you there.
Obviously, you don't get the Mississippi Valley Conference channel, then, idiot.
I do not. I don't know. If you can get me that channel on one of my 43 televisions behind me, I would absolutely love it. JD, one thing to back your point here I wanted to bring up, because I did check out these teams have done against the total this year, and I think you found an absolute slam dunk in this play. I agree with you. The over is the only play on this game. Indiana State, they haven't been good. We've said that about 10 times so far in this breakdown. However, you know what they have been good at? Games going to the over. They're 13-4 this year at games going to the over, so which is 4th best in all college basketball, 77%, which is just a crazy number. And let's see how Illinois State has done. And they're 10-6 as well, covering at 63%. So, yeah, these teams are both definite over teams. And you take a look at the recent performances. I mean, Indiana State had a game that they gave up 118 points to Bradley. 118 points in a 40-minute basketball game. There was no overtime there, which is pretty apparent because they lost 118-65. So pretty impossible to get overtime in a score like that. But these teams see points, and they see points in bunches. Neither team plays particularly good defense, and I think both teams will exploit the other team's defenses tonight. Give me the over. I'm with you 1,000%, JD.
And actually, yeah, and then one other thing, as far as trends go, if you're into trends, as far as to the over, as far as actually, let me see here. Look, it actually looks like Indiana State, when actually they are on the road, they're actually 8-1 to the over. When they are an underdog, they are 9-1 to the over. So the numbers, the trends, literally everything here tells us over. So
I'm with you 1,000%. I'm riding. Let's cash that over. Hefe, tell us
I'm with you guys.
The lock of the millennium.
I'm with you guys. Over 153.5 is what I have it at. Indiana State, you said it, 4 losses in a row. They score though 80 points a game, but they give up 80 points a game. That spells a lot of points. Fast pace is what the Missouri Valley Conference is all about. Give me the over 153.5.
Hefe will be dialed in tonight to the channel.
It's a big MVC. It's a big MVC Tuesday.
Do they have an MVC channel? Is that really a thing? Amazing.
If you got to ask the question, then you don't know the answer.
You're right. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. But we'll figure that out. Let's keep it moving. We have the next game we're going into, which is going to be a game I expect to see Tar Heel in the comments going off, because we haven't seen you in a little while, Tar Heel, but we're covering this game for you. We have North Carolina taking on the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. North Carolina comes in 12-7 on the year, 5-2 in conference. However, they are coming in off a loss. They were having a pretty good run, but they did lose by 1 point to Stanford on the 18th, just 3 days ago. On the other side, Demon Deacons having a pretty damn good year, 14-4 overall. They're 6-1 in conference, and they're home tonight. This is one of the later games. It is a 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Hefe, we haven't started with you yet. What do you like in North Carolina? Wake Forest.
So this is your it's one of those games where you take a step back, look at who's favored, recent trends, things like Wake Forest winning 5 games in a row, undefeated at home, 9-0. UNC was hot. They just came off a bad loss. I think this is one of those situations where you take UNC. I'm sorry.
Our own Tar Heel is disagreeing with you. Does that scare me? Because I do know Tar Heel's very knowledgeable in North Carolina. He does make some great points.
I know exactly what Tar Heel's doing. I do it a lot with the Knicks. Reverse psychology. I can read you like a book, bud. Give me the UNC money line here, -105. This is a game where you kind of got to dig beneath the stats that are so in your face, like the trends that we just said, and kind of just realize that UNC is going to be pissed off after a bad, rough last-second loss versus a team they should have beat. Give me the Tar Heels.
I respect that. JD, what do you got?
Man, as far as the numbers, that actually play makes a lot of sense. I actually have UNC here by actually a little over 3 points. It just scares me though, man. This is a team that I just haven't backed. I actually don't think I've backed them once. Just actually like Wake Forest is such a good home team.
Deacons.
They have actually, they've actually not lost at home. As an actual favorite, which I believe they still are, they have actually also not lost. And actually, then like UNC as a dog is actually 1-4. So if you're just looking at trends, Wake is the clear side. If you're going by numbers, actually like UNC, I think should actually be the favorite here. But just like Tar Heel said, you just can't trust this team.
I agree. Don't trust them. Why are we trusting them when every chance this year they've proven to us you shouldn't trust this team?
And you also should not especially trust them first half. Actually, that is the play that I would do is I would take Wake Forest in the first half.
I heard what Hefe said. He made some valid points about North Carolina. He really did, and I respect him. But it's the Demon Deacons. It's always been the Demon Deacons, and they're going to have a huge performance at home tonight against UNC. I will be honest here. This is going to be on my VIP card. I am all over the Demon Deacons tonight. I do expect a big performance. This team will get up for the big game, and they should be able to take it to North Carolina at home. Like I said in the intro, Wake Forest has been great this year. They're 14-4 overall, 6-1 in conference, and they're the opposite of North Carolina. They have shown people you should back them. They've had some big performances, and I expect that to continue tonight. Give me the Demon Deacons. I absolutely love them on the money line. All right, boys. Final college basketball game we're going to be breaking down today, which is my favorite of all the college basketball games. Then we're going to give out an NBA bet or two. We're not going to break down the games, but we will give out a play in those games. We're just going to talk about a few other things as well. So let's dive in to our final college basketball game of the slate, which is going to be the 25th ranked Louisville Cardinals taking on the unranked SMU Mustangs. Cardinals are coming in 14-5 on the year, 7-1 in conference, taking on SMU, who is 14-4 on the year and 5-2 in conference. Guys, SMU has a 65% favor ranking on ESPN Analytics. They're home. They've
Really?
been playing some good basketball. They've won 3 consecutive games. JD, sending it over to you. What do you like in this game?
I'm kind of surprised to hear that.
And with you saying that, I'm immediately going to pull up the betting splits on this one.
Well, just
so we can talk about it.
Yeah, because this actually Louisville team, I mean, has also been playing so well.
Yep.
And actually, they are finally ranked now.
Right,
so
bro.
This is where I like to go in and actually bet against that team that actually just got ranked. This team, the market seems to be a little bit high on actually them. I actually make this game almost 5 points. So actually where the ESPN number is actually basically where I'm at, which I was thinking was not going to be the case. That is why I'm actually a little bit shocked there and shocked of why this number is still as short as it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, this is an actual SMU spot to me, actually all day. I absolutely love this play. So yeah.
I agree with you. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm all over SMU, and I'm a little annoyed. The resource, which I will not name because they don't sponsor us, so we're not going to give any free clout up in here. But the source that I use to get my public splits on this one, for some reason, has this game as it's just loading. It's the only one that just keeps spinning. It's not giving me the information I'm looking for. Do you potentially have that on your end, JD? Are you able to potentially pull up what you have for the public betting percentages on this game? And while you do, I will jump in here. I think SMU at home is absolutely the play here. As you said, this could be a very big letdown spot for Louisville. They did just get ranked. They are on a hot run. Now that they've had that gratification of giving a top 25 spot, they have to go to SMU and take on a very good SMU team. SMU scores 85 points per game this year, guys. That's an extremely high total out of a lot of teams in college basketball. They also average 8.5 steals per game, which is 2 more than Louisville. They average a full block a game more than Louisville. They average 4 assists a game more than Louisville. They average 3 more rebounds a game over Louisville. They shoot 7% better from the field over Louisville. The only stat they do not beat them in is points against, and it's only a 1 point difference. SMU is a great team. You take the 2 names off these schools. You put the players out there in blank jerseys. One team gets a orange jersey. One team gets a blue jersey without any name. You're going to think that the SMU team is probably Louisville just off that. And SMU will prove tonight that they are the superior team. That is my favorite bet in college basketball today. Give me SMU on the money line. JD, were you able to find those splits?
Yeah, I'm getting Louisville on the spread. Is getting 58 per cent, but then on the money line, they're actually getting 68.
There we go. Interesting big splits there. Hefe, with that information, what do you think about this game?
I saw it same way you guys did. On paper, Louisville, 8 wins in a row, 7-1 in the ACC, 4-1 away. Just ranked, like you guys said, should be favored in this game. They're not. This is one of those, just like the game before, UNC Wake Forest. Take the numbers that are in front of your face, take a step back, really look into everything else. And SMU moneyline is the play here.
I agree. Did I call them Boise State? Did I just confuse them because of the college football playoff and just love them?
No, I think because of the colors that you said.
Okay, that makes more sense. I'm like, I really didn't think I fumbled my verb.
I'm there with you.
This is why we need you around, Hefe. This is why we keep you around. All right, fellas. Well, that's going to do it for the breakdown of the college basketball today. But as you boys know, there's a lot we still have to do on this show today. Give me one quick moment here so we can get to the next thing that we're going to do today. And I did just retweet. I will be giving out my top basketball play in just a moment here as well. But before we get into that, we have to talk about our sponsor and our partners, Profit X. Profit X is a fantastic exchange where you can get the best value and the best odds on a ton of different prices for certain games. Here we go, boys. This is my top NBA play today. I'm taking the Toronto Raptors plus 1.5 against the Orlando Magic. As you can see here, JD, if they like the money line, what's the best odds they can get that on the Toronto Raptors? We have the spread there. We have the money line right above it. What's the best odds on the money line?
They like the Raptors on the money line. You can actually get a plus 105 currently.
Yep, which is the best deal I've seen on the Raptors anywhere right now.
Yes.
On FanDuel, the Raptors are a minus 105, so you get 10 cents juice just by playing them on Profit X. If you like them on the spread, JD, what are the best odds you can get on Toronto spread?
You can actually get a 1.5 currently at a actually minus 109.
And the only thing you can see is just 1 point on most of the regulated books here. So that's good value there. You get that extra hook. If the game ends by 1 in either direction, you will be able to win and cash if you play it on Profit X. Profit X, like we said, is a fantastic exchange, as you guys can see. Tons of value, which you cannot get anywhere else. So make sure you guys definitely do check out Profit X. And my best play in the NBA tonight, my official Profit X play, and the play we're going with as a team here on Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics, is going to be the Toronto Raptors plus 1.5. You can also take the money line, but the official play is Raptors plus 1.5. And JD, if they want to get in on Profit X and start using that fantastic exchange, I think we have something for them, don't we?
Yes, we definitely do.
We do. It's earned 2% back on every play for your first 30 days, up to $300 in profit cash with the new sign-up offer of MBM. Make sure you guys check them out. Profit X is fantastic. They are our newest sponsor as well. We really appreciate them. And get on there. It's the best value out there on plays, so check them out. All right, boys. Next thing we're going to do on the show is go over the current promotion for MoneyBall Metrics. Guys, get in the Discord. There is a January price reduction, $47.95. Get you in the Discord. Come hang out with us. Come talk to us. Come gamble with us. And come have fun with us. Get in the Discord. It's the best community in the world for anybody to join. All right, boys. I know I was a little winded there, but there's still one more thing we have to do on this show, and it's what everyone's waiting for. It's going to be our best bets of Tuesday, January 21st. Hef, what you got?
All right, guys. Well, I got 3, 2 of which we went through, so I'll go through them quickly. Texas Tech money line, went through them earlier. I just think offensively versus Cincinnati, they're the superior team. They should be able to get the win on the road. Next, the one with SMU money line, we just spoke about them. They're at home. I think it's a really good value play on SMU and a good spot to kind of look past the recent trends. Now, there's a game that I was looking into today that we did not speak about. It is in college basketball, but the number is moving so fast. I have to just check really quickly what it is currently.
What game is it? So I can pull it
it's
up.
the ranked matchup between Mississippi State and Tennessee.
Easy to pull up.
If you guys remember last week, Mississippi State had really their first true road test. They went against Auburn and they just fell flat.
Yep.
They got another big test versus Tennessee. When I was doing my research for this game, and when we sent in our best bets, which is what, guys, 3 hours ago at least, probably.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
I sent in Tennessee minus 6.5. It was my best bet on the board. It is now 12:30. 3 hours have passed. Tennessee has moved to 8.5.
Wow.
They are steaming. Okay. I grabbed it at 6.5, and I got to be totally transparent. I would marry that number. At 8.5, I'm cuddling it. I'm not marrying it. Not even going all the way. I'm cuddling at 8.5.
I respect that.
I would kiss it at 9.5. I would not even answer the call at anything in double digits.
Love it. We love
Take
your
that for what it's worth.
romanticizing.
But I just had to be transparent because right now the number is 8.5. I can't believe it jumped 2 points in 3 hours. That's crazy. But I really do think this is a spot where Tennessee offensively should really just be able to take it to Mississippi State. I know Mississippi State's one of those grinded out teams, but man, Tennessee's good. And they have playmakers. They have 2 great players. I have a lot of respect for Mississippi State. They're a great team, but it seems like they struggle on the road. And I'm taking Tennessee here. Like I said, absolutely loved it at 6.5. Would still take it, but just for less at the current number at 8.5.
There we go. Just got a little breaking news as well for Hefe before we send it over to JD. Josh Hart and Karl Anthony Towns are probable tonight, looking like they will be a go.
Well,
I figured you'd want to know that.
I find that hard to believe. I would have absolutely bet a lot of money that Cat wouldn't go today. Back to back, first game back from an injury.
Who's the coach of the New York Knicks? I continue. JD, best bets from you today.
All right, let me go to give you all the most updated numbers here because these college lines are moving everywhere.
I can't believe that line moved by 2 points. I'm shocked.
As far as actually Texas Tech, Let's take them. Let's take them at -1 at actually -105. Definitely really like that line. The Bradley and Belmont over, like I said, that's up to 154.5 now. That's actually moved 3 points. So actually, that's going to be a pass. And actually, this point, then you have the Indiana State game. We're still going to play the over there. You can still get that at 153.5. There's my favorite play, actually, like by far.
I like it.
And then to round it up here, give me SMU. Give me them at the -1.5 line.
Love it, JD. You want to know why I love that SMU play from you? Because in the 9-10 months we've been doing the show, whenever we've been on a best bet together, it's never lost. I'm joking. Please, nobody hold us to that. That is not the case at all. But I am also on SMU with you today. I absolutely love SMU in this spot. And my other best bet, as you guys know, the Profit X POD, the Toronto Raptors tonight. Let me put the graphic on the screen. Get your phones out. Take your screenshots. SMU money line for me and the Raptors +1.5. Lines have changed a little bit for everyone else. I know Hefe's Tennessee's now 8.5. He's cuddling it, kissing it, whatever he said. Do what he said on that one.
I just wanted to say, sorry. I'm just looking at it right now. I know it's super juiced, but 6.5 is at -140. I might just take it to that.
I don't hate that.
I can't let myself be in a situation where they win by 7 and I'm getting hooked by something ridiculous like 30 cents.
Yep, I totally understand that. For sure. Well, fellas, we broke down the college basketball today. We gave out a little NBA. We broke down our thoughts on the college football playoff. Well, we're going to have more to that in the offseason because there was no hype around that. They need to fix it. We'll have a whole
The real work starts now, by the way. The real work starts now, by the way. Now it's time to start doing your research for transfer portal stuff and get in early on the futures for next year.
I have a question for you, Hefe. Great segue. Who has the number 2 transfer portal class in the Big Ten right now? Look down on your breastises. That's right. Rutgers University having an unbelievable transfer portal season. Hopefully that continues. JD, that's going to do it for today's show, brother. Any parting words for the people before we get out of here?
We're going to have baseball back soon.
I can't wait.
And yeah, that's one others, as everybody knows, probably that's how this show is built. And we are super, super pumped about that.
100%.
But yeah, guys, tonight it's not the best slate, but it is still a good slate. I don't know what he's talking about.
I had to put that up because did something happen? Like, did Dion just get hired? I'm sorry.
There's actually not a chance in hell. Don't get me started on NFL draft stuff right now. This show will last 32 hours.
It's true.
But yeah, there is a small slate tonight though. It is so much a good games here. So
see, JD, I disagree with that sentiment of like it's a bad slate. I actually think this is where professional bettors make their money. It's like there's always like this like stigma of like, oh, the Super Bowl is the biggest day in betting. For like somebody who bets a lot and really like looks and is in every day, the Super Bowl is one of those things you kind of stay away from because it brings up so much. Because it brings up so much amateur action, right? A night like tonight where you got some great MVC action, which me and JD will be watching via our Missouri Valley Conference package, and Alpha will be streaming it illegally because that's what he does. It's a day where you could really get some sharp action.
Yeah, yes, it actually definitely is. When you get these schools that people just have either like never even heard of or, they just don't know anything about.
You mean like what state they're in?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, like these are like great cards. Like I said, as far as the public goes, as far as most people watching this show, they don't give a shit about these teams. But actually, yes, just like you're saying, just like today, I think we found some really good plays here. So
listen, it's easy to break down. Bills Chiefs. It's hard to break down Bradley Belmont.
That's right.
End the show right there. That's it.
Well, we have to do one more thing. Because Hefe rudely ruined the JD let's fucking win by chirping when he was finishing it. I didn't feel the vibe enough, and I need you to reset the room, JD. I need it.
All right. It's in the show.
Crying baby.
Tonight. Crying baby. Don't know where that's coming from.
No, but it's not me.
Are you sure?
Let's fucking win.
Let's fucking fucking win. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Hefe, you're banned from wearing Rutgers gear. We appreciate for everybody
Knicks.
being here. Let's go, Knicks. We'll see you tomorrow.